Right now at 5, Joplin begins laying down the groundwork for a fiber optic network.
And showers and thunderstorms rolling in on schedule this morning. We'll talk about how long they'll last and what we're expecting after the storms coming up.
Plus, a Missouri utility company says it has some good news for their customers.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
I almost said Thursday. It's been a week. It's November the 13th. It has been.
Here
we were all really disappointed that yesterday wasn't Friday. I've been in a mood the last couple of days, and sometimes it just drives people crazy.
Not crazy, it just gets people excited for the weekend.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, that's it. So, well, maybe that's a good thing. Hopefully, you're excited for the weekend as well. But we still have a couple of days between here and there. We get some rain we've got to get through. Let's start with a quick look outside from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. At some point, and because of its position on this building at 4th and Broadway, it's hard to point it back toward the west. But I think at some point I'm going to do that because we have thunderstorms off to the west and southwest of Pittsburgh. We should be able to start seeing them as they roll in. You also can see a camera shaking a bit because we got some gusty winds out there again this morning. MoDOT camera 20th and Rangeline. Again, it is looking back to roughly the west-northwest. Looking pretty good so far as well. Skywatch Storm Tracker, though, is alive with activity. We've got showers. We've got thunderstorms rolling into Oklahoma and southeast Kansas. So we're going to take a closer look at these storms. So Garnett, Iola, Yates Center, Chanute, just outside of Fredonia, and then down by Independence, we got a bit of a heavier thunderstorm. Now, again, no severe weather is expected out of any of this activity, but you can see there's quite a bit of lightning with that storm down in Montgomery County, down south of Independence toward Coffeyville. And remember, even though storms may not be strong or severe, the lightning's still dangerous, still deadly. We've got lightning near Chanute and around the Eureka area back into Greenwood County. We have additional showers and storms just to the west of Sedan. Nowata, see, this is what we're talking about, some heavier rain in this activity. We don't have any flooding concerns, but if you're traveling this morning, you want to keep that in mind. 169, it is lining up right on the west side here. And again, stretching, look at this lightning here from Coffeyville down to Nowata with this activity. And then back behind it, got a few more showers and storms out there. Quite a bit of lightning back just to the southwest of Osage County in Oklahoma. All of this is going to continue to push through, so it may result in a couple of different rounds of showers and storms as we go through the morning hours. The other thing that is still consistent is by about noon, 1 o'clock, this activity on its way out of here. Now, we're still going to have mostly cloudy skies, still breezy. It won't be until later this evening that from west to east we'll eventually see those clouds begin to clear. Quick look at temperatures. 52 Joplin, 51 in Pittsburgh and around the region. Again, thanks to the clouds, we're a little bit warmer. Some of us cooler, mid-upper 40s. A good number of us, though, low to mid-50s. So we should be about 39 our average low. So all of us above normal this morning. 53 when the kids get on the bus. Breezy, scattered storms, southeast winds gusting to 20. Winds will shift out of the west this afternoon. Mostly cloudy when that bus brings them home. 62. West winds gusting 25, maybe 30 miles an hour. Showers, storms, again, through the morning, tapering off as we head into the afternoon hours, and then mostly cloudy skies into the evening before we eventually have clear skies overnight tonight. So that means it's going to get cold tonight, but seasonably so. Now, there's some things happening next week. It's a long ways away, but you're probably hearing about it. We're going to talk about it here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, the Pittsburgh mayor says the city is strong and growing in the annual State of the City address. Mayor Stu Hyde gave Pittsburgh residents insights into the city's progress during yesterday's address at Memorial Auditorium. The mayor cited a number of new developments in the city, and those include the expansion of Pitt Plastic, completion of the downtown redevelopment plan, the start of a new housing needs plan, improved park security, and the launch of the city trash collection service.
I do think the fact that the city got into the solid waste management, I think that's a major accomplishment to get that done in really, 6 months or less. I mean, we bought equipment, we had to buy 2 brand new trucks, we had to buy the containers, we had to get the information out to the citizens, and they've responded. 1,800 and growing households that we're serving currently.
The mayor also highlighted new healthcare facilities, including recent developments with Mercy Pittsburgh. Well, here's something you don't get very often. Some good news regarding your gas bill. After approval from the Missouri Public Service Commission, Spire gas customers will see a significant bill decrease starting Friday. Now, the decrease is due to a new adjustment approved by the commission that reflects lower gas prices and the recovery of deferred costs from 2021's winter storm. Assuming normal usage, the average monthly bill will drop by $18.70 for the typical Spire residential customer in western Missouri. Now, for eastern Missouri, the average monthly bill will decrease by $15.86. The nation is grappling with a growing shortage of pharmacists and pharmacy technicians, and Missouri is particularly affected, ranking among the lowest in pharmacist to population ratios compared to neighboring states. Now, some experts warn that if this issue isn't addressed soon, it could evolve into a serious public health crisis.
Eventually, everyone will notice that there's not enough pharmacists. So what you're going to see is additional pharmacies close. You're going to see hours at pharmacies that are open be cut. You're going to see evening hours cut. You're going to see Saturday and Sunday hours cut, which hurts patients because there's not access to the medications that they need.
Some experts say the problem is due to low student enrollment in pharmacy programs and the fact that many pharmacists are retiring. The groundbreaking in Joplin celebrates what officials hope will be a step towards a more connected city. City leaders joined with Allo Fiber to mark the beginning of a multi-million-dollar project, which will bring 100% fiber optic options for internet, TV, and phone plans. KOAM's Samantha Walker has more on how project leaders believe this will help Joplin grow.
Ground has officially broken for a new fiber optic system in Joplin that hopes to better connect the community. The company Allo Fiber offers 100% fiber internet, TV, and phone services in dozens of cities across Arizona, Colorado, and Nebraska. Joplin will be the company's first in Missouri.
Quite often, communities that we go into are behind the average on internet speeds, other things with technology.
Allo is investing $40 million into the project, while the city of Joplin is putting forward $5 million. Joplin city leaders say the fiber system will help meet the demands of the community.
Being able to bring this connectivity and this fiber optic cable to everybody is going to be a game changer. Our life is not going to be the same anymore. We're going to be able to get online. There's not going to be any buffering. We're going to be able to get the information we need.
Allo Fiber started work in Joplin earlier this month. Workers are focusing on what will be the company's central offices in Joplin, where the fiber optics will spider web out of. There will be 2 of those offices in the city, as city leaders wanted to ensure that if anything happened to one center, another would still likely be able to operate. Work on this project is expected to take 2 to 3 years, and construction will be seen all across the city. Project leaders have divided Joplin into a grid, with each square consisting of 1,000 rooftops of homes, businesses, and government buildings. Residents and business owners will be alerted to future work in their neighborhoods by a mailed postcard. The Allo Fiber CEO and Joplin city leaders say while the next few years will see some big changes, they believe the work will be worth it in the end.
It is disruptive, but we'll be bringing up customers 6 to 8 months from now. This is a utility. This will last for 30 to 50 years.
Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Allo Fiber offers an interactive map where you can see where work is being done across Joplin. You can find a link to that resource on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes, coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Missouri Southern women's basketball plays its home opener. We'll have those details. Plus, the Federal Aviation Administration bans flights to Haiti for 30 days after flight sustained gunfire. And we're tracking rain chances for today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
Missouri Southern women's basketball plays its first home game of the season last night. Lions earned their first win of the year last time out. That was Saturday. Missouri Southern women's basketball playing the home opener in Joplin against Missouri S&T. This is the first game of the year for the Miners. First points of the night belong to the Lions, courtesy of a Caitlin Honeycutt three-pointer. Southern opens up the game on a 9-0 run. Miners hang around, though, later in the first quarter. This backdoor cut and floater from Chorus Davis cuts the lead to 4. Lions go into halftime up by 10. So third quarter, lead is trimmed to 7. Mackenzie Hart finds Mia Topping in the corner. That's good. Lead back up to double digits, and the Lions start to catch fire from beyond the arc. Early fourth quarter, Hart drains a triple. She finishes with a game-high 18 points. Southern continues to pull away. Hart finds Honeycutt. She drains it. And in the next possession, just for good measure, it's another three ball, this time from Kennedy Roach, Coffeyville transfer. Lions get a win in their first home game of the season. Final score 76-65. Pittsburg State football has just one game left to prove to the NCAA Division II Selection Committee that it's worthy of a playoff spot. Gorillas are in a good spot in this week's regional rankings, though. After not playing this Saturday, they hold steady at the number 3 team in the region. In fact, no changes at all from last week in regards to the top 6 teams in Super Region 3. But where we do see some movement this week is down in spots 7 through 10. MIAA teams Fort Hays State and Central Missouri both have an outside shot to sneak into the playoffs with 3 losses if things break their way. Now, of course, after the bye week, Pitt State's last game is still the 24-point home loss to Central Missouri. The Gorillas would love to get that taste out of their mouth. They end the regular season this Saturday up in Maryville as they pay a visit to 6-4 Northwest Missouri. A win likely clinches a playoff berth for the Gorillas, while a loss would more than likely not end those hopes altogether. And in the most recent edition of the AFCA Division II coaches poll, not many changes here either. The Gorillas remain the number 13 team in the country after their second bye week of the season. Central Oklahoma is up at number 8 along with Pitt State. Those are the only 2 MIAA teams to be ranked this week. Central Missouri, Fort Hays State, and Emporia State are all receiving votes, but not inside the top 25. Still to come, we're going to see why a new study suggests too much time on the toilet could be bad for your health. Plus, showers, thunderstorms, and if we hold on just a second, you might see some of that lightning off to the southwest of Pittsburgh. We're going to have another look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, our rain chances, and the cooler weather tonight when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Coming up on 5:18 on this Wednesday morning. We're going to start with some cameras, though. First, our camera downtown Pittsburgh. Now, we've talked about this. Lightning. Oh, there it was. I'm telling you, it's like it knows when it's on TV because in a lot of cases, like right now, it just suddenly stops. We've been seeing some impressive lightning strikes. We're now looking to the south and west of Pittsburgh. We'll head over to our camera at 7th and Range Line in Joplin. Similar situation. I need to adjust the focus, but we're pointed almost west, and we've seen a fair amount of lightning. And these storms, that keep in mind, let me take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker here. So from Joplin, these are all the way out to just east of Independence, and we've been seeing the lightning off of those from that distance. MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line. Now it's looking back to the north and west, so not much to see there yet. And of course, KDOT camera 69 East 520th Avenue. Somebody either has got their brights on or there's an aircraft landing on 69 because that is an extraordinarily bright light up there. All right, Skywatch Storm Tracker. So we did a lightning count for you. These storms around the Independence area, about 17 strikes here in the last few minutes. This activity, though, just rolling into Chautauqua County and west of Washington County into the Osage Nation, that's got a lot more. That's 41 lightning strikes down there. So let's go take a look. Now, this is another great example. Lightning can strike up to 10, 15 miles from the parent thunderstorm. Take a look at this lightning strike all by itself northeast of Nowata. coming in from activity that's down around Coffeyville, in between Coffeyville and Lenapaw on Oklahoma 28 there, heading back to the north toward Coffeyville. So that's 169, of course. All right, more thunderstorms now rolling to the east of Independence. So Parsons, Erie, Oswego, you all will be up next. This is right over the 169 corridor now and moving again east. So 160 and heading into Parsons as well. We've got additional storms rolling into Chautauqua County, going through Cedarvale now and getting ready to roll into Sedan. And the northern parts of southeast Kansas, Garnett, Iola, Chanute, Yates Center, Burlington, all getting in on some shower and thunderstorm activity. Now again, the good news is we're not expecting anything severe out there. However, Wichita Weather Service says that there might be some pea-sized hail on occasion with these storms, but that's still below severe criteria. So what we've got is kind of a three-round system right now. We've got this line of storms rolling through right now. We have this batch that's come together that's getting ready to push into our area. And then we have another cluster of storms southeast of Ponca City getting ready to enter the Osage Nation as well. And all of this is lifting off to the north and east. So all of this will eventually make it through the area as we go through the morning. Now again, on the future track, the one consistency over the last 3 days now is that by about noon, 1 o'clock, we're coming to a close. This is going to be an early day system with these showers and storms. And here we are, 1, 2 o'clock, gone. 5, maybe an isolated sprinkle or two. Still holding on to mostly cloudy skies. It's going to take a minute for us to get some clearing to take place back behind all this. But as we go overnight tonight and into Thursday morning, it's going to be cold, but seasonably so. And we are going to start to see those clear skies. Temperatures well above normal. We should be upper 30s for our lows. We're at 52 in Joplin right now. Southeast winds at 11. Across the region, again, we got some cooler locations, but still above normal. We've got mid-40s, Monette, Cassville, but the bulk of the region, low mid-50s as we get this Wednesday underway. So again, showers, thunderstorms through the morning, and as you saw in the Skywatch Storm Tracker, they're going to be scattered. You might have some gaps in between. We go from 54 to 8, not much movement in temperatures, 58 by 11. Highs at 8, upper 50s, low 60s. We're nice Thursday, Friday, warmer, rain chances next week. I'm just about out of time, but I want to talk to you because you've probably heard about it. We've got that Arctic air mass. Take a look at what it does to our temperatures next week, and then take a look at this. Slight rain chances. Yes, you've probably heard the word snow. It is a remote possibility next week. We are too far away, and there's 100 variables between here and there before we can say anything, but we do know at least some scattered showers. We do know it's going to get pretty cold, so stay with us. We'll keep you updated as we get a little closer to the middle of next week on those potential snow chances. Let's check your forecast. Back with Health Watch right after this.
Well, topping Health Watch this morning, spending too much time on the toilet could be bad for your health. Prolonged sitting on the toilet has been connected to an increased risk of hemorrhoids and weakened pelvic muscles. That's because the open toilet seat compresses the buttocks. Now, the increased pressure affects blood circulation and forces your body to work harder to pump blood back up to your heart. As a result, blood vessels can become enlarged and engorged, increasing the risk of hemorrhoids. The pressure from sitting for too long also strains the pelvic floor muscles and increases your risk for rectal prolapse. So how long is too long? Well, experts say on average you should spend no more than 10 minutes on the john. Well, take a guess on how many decisions you've made today. One expert estimates your brain makes upwards of 35,000 decisions every day. And that can often drain your energy, making even simple choices difficult. Mandy Gaither has ways to help you defeat decision fatigue.
What to do for dinner? What to wear to work? Do you have time to go to the gym, or would it be better to take a brisk walk? All simple questions, but the weight of answering them each day can get heavy.
Decision fatigue is the mental exhaustion that individuals feel when they make multiple decisions over the course of the day.
Psychologist Susan Albers with Cleveland Clinic says it's a common problem for many adults and can be caused by stress, feeling overwhelmed, and lack of sleep. Since decision fatigue can build up over time, it can be tricky to spot. But she says there are warning signs, including procrastination, decision avoidance, impulsive decisions, irritability, brain fog, and confusion.
If you are a single parent or you carry the majority of the decisions at work, you may find yourself struggling more often with making these choices.
To help defeat decision fatigue, Albert says to create a routine to help know what to expect each day. Limit your options, like having some go-to meal ideas. Prioritize decisions. Albert says studies show we make our best decisions first thing in the morning. And delegate some decisions.
Children can decide what they want to wear in the morning, or a spouse can help us to decide what to make for dinner. This helps to lower the pressure and decrease some of the decisions that you have to make that are not that important.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Yeah, Albert says you're more likely to struggle with decision fatigue if you have a job which requires a lot of decisions to be made, or if you juggle multiple roles. She says to be aware of the warning signs as people become more vulnerable when they're under a lot of stress. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we are continuing to track showers and thunderstorms as they push into the area. Another look at your forecast when we come back.
Right now at 5:30, the Creative Learning Alliance gets a financial boost from a Joplin utility.
And we've got showers and thunderstorms rolling into the area. Nothing severe, but maybe a loud start for some of you. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, the city of Joplin gets ready to raise the curtain on a new community movie theater.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:30. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Wednesday, November the 13th.
Yes.
Could be worse if it was Friday the 13th.
That is true.
But it's not.
True.
It's
Yes.
Wednesday the 13th. I've never heard anything, bad luck associated with Wednesday the 13th.
No.
That'd be an interesting moan, though.
Yeah,
Beware of
certainly.
Wednesday the 13th. Okay, so
I'm spooked.
well, yeah, okay. Man, it's not even Friday yet, and we're already having a grand old time here at the KOAM Morning News. Hopefully you are too. I know there's some storms out there. I want to emphasize it's nothing to be worried about.
Yes.
There's no severe weather. We're not looking at anything like that. National Weather Service in Wichita says maybe some pea-sized hail on occasion. It's just cold enough to get some small hail, but nothing severe. Nothing like that. But we are getting some thunderstorms. Let's take a quick look outside from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. We've got it pointed in a direction you may not be familiar with. So if you're not, we're looking southwest from 4th and Broadway. And we've been seeing a fair amount of lightning associated with these showers and storms out there. So again, not severe, but we are getting a lot of lightning. An earlier count, we had about 17 lightning strikes with some, see, there it is, some showers and storms around just to the west of Parsons and around Independence earlier. We had considerably more, with now thunderstorms rolling into parts of Chautauqua County. So we're going to take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. MoDOT camera 20th and range line. That is looking back to the west-northwest. So this is the Bel Air Shopping Center, if you're familiar with Joplin down in that zone. If you look, you can sometimes see that lightning just off to the northwest there, and here's why. Here's this first batch of thunderstorms in now from Chanute down toward Parsons and Oswego. Here's a second batch into Chautauqua County, and there's a third cluster now, again, southeast of Ponca City, heading into the Osage Nation. So this is what we've got. Iola, Burlington, Yates Center, you're kind of in between some storms. Chanute, Parsons, it's knocking on your back door. Independence, you finished one round. Very likely we'll get a second round of storms. Sedan, it's rolling in. Howard, you are up next. And Fredonia, not much longer to go. Now this batch has actually kind of rolled out of Nowata County. We now just have some light showers in the northern part of the area and around Coffeyville. But off to your west is another round of storms west of Bartlesville, around the Pawhuska and Hominy areas into Oklahoma. All of this will progressively, again, continue to lift north and east. We're seeing some new development taking place on the far southern fringes of this. So we'll all get in on some kind of shower and thunderstorm activity this morning. One consistency, though, is by about noon, 1 o'clock, it's out of here. This is the first half of our day kind of event. Still mostly cloudy behind it. It'll be a while until later this evening and overnight that we'll start to see skies begin to clear out there. Quick look at temperatures. We got some cool spots, but still, even then, above normal. Mid-40s, Monette, Cassville. Most of us, though, low to mid-50s. And remember, average low is into the upper 30s. Kids get on the bus. 53 southeast winds gusting to 20. Scattered showers and storms. Still breezy but dry this afternoon. Mostly cloudy. West winds gusting 25 and right around 62. That's where our highs are headed today. Upper 50s, low 60s. And again, storms wrap up 1, 2 o'clock. And while mostly cloudy skies heading into the evening. We do have some colder weather on the way. And when we have warmer weather on the way, we'll look at all that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. Well, Fort Scott announces a new home for its branch of Department of Children and Families. They say the new building is a modern workspace designed with DCF employees and clients in mind. Now, it's intended to provide convenient access to residents of Fort Scott and the surrounding area. Next Tuesday, the community is invited out to celebrate the service center opening with a ribbon cutting ceremony. The new building is at 10 South National Avenue. Royal Cinema Lounge in Joplin will soon be open to the community. The theater will take over the old Bookhouse Cinema location and provide the community with both an indoor and outdoor theater. They'll also have a lounge space where people can choose from a selection of movies to watch on the VCR. Now, they plan to continue showing independent movies and classic films.
We want it to be a space that this city feels safe when they're here, and that also they feel like they can use it for what they want to use it for. And that means if you want to watch a movie that maybe I don't even like, I can probably play it for you anyway.
The space will also be available for people to rent, and they plan to open the theater by December. Well, a Joplin utility makes a big donation to a local nonprofit yesterday. Missouri American Water presented a check for $25,000 to the Creative Learning Alliance to fund an interactive exhibit. The check comes as part of the American Water Charitable Foundation Workforce Readiness /STEM grant. The Bubble Monster exhibit is a hands-on creative experience applying both water and the principles of physics.
We are purchasing a bubble monster, which is essentially a giant bubble cage. You're going to pull the bubbles up over yourself. You're going to blow bubbles out of the main bubble. You're going to be able to make arcs with the bubble. So it's going to teach a lot of things like surface tension and stretching and all kinds of different things.
The Workforce Readiness /STEM education grant is part of the American Water Charitable Foundation's Keep Communities Flowing grant program. It focuses on 3 pillars of giving: water, people, and communities. Well, Newton County kicked off its annual food basket program yesterday. The mission of the Newton County Food Basket is to assist families during the Christmas season. A Christmas dinner and nearly 2 weeks of staples are distributed to families who need a little help to get through the holidays.
It's an incredible feeling of relief, you could say, to have a kickoff like this, $3,500. It's a nice start off for us. We look to try to get close to $40,000 in donations if we can, in cash donations. So this gets us on our way.
This year marks the 37th annual food basket event for Newton County. Well, some people might say their favorite part of the Christmas season is the decorations. Last night, Crowder College held its 22nd annual Festival of Wreaths. Now, the event is the LC Plaster Community Center, featured both an electronic silent auction and a live auction. Organizers say holiday wreaths and decor are a mainstay of Festival of Wreaths, but other auction merchandise included everything from gift baskets and apparel to trips, electronics, and household items.
Tonight we're just hoping to raise as much money for our student scholarships as we can. This is our 22nd annual Festival of Wreaths here, and it's just a great night for people to come out, support a good cause, and kick off the holiday season.
Last year's event raised more than $95,000 for scholarships and program support. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. 35 people are dead and dozens are injured after a car rams into a crowd inside a sports complex in China. Plus, President Biden welcomes Israeli presidents to the Oval Office as a sensitive time in the Middle East conflict. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Well, Well, topping World Watch, the Federal Aviation Administration announcing Tuesday flights into Haiti have been banned for at least 30 days. The move coming one day after a Spirit Airlines and JetBlue Airways flight sustained gunfire over Port-au-Prince airspace. No passengers were injured, but a Spirit flight attendant reportedly sustained minor injuries. The FAA issued the notice to Air Mission prohibiting U.S. civil aviation operations in the territory and airspace of Haiti below 10,000 feet. People in southern China laid flowers and candles at the site of a car attack that left 35 dead. Authorities say a man slammed his car into a crowd of people inside a sports complex, killing 35 of them and injuring dozens. They believe he did it out of anger, upset over the split of his financial assets in his recent divorce. However, information regarding the incident has been very tightly controlled in the country, as the city is hosting the People's Liberation Army's annual aviation exhibition. The suspect is now detained and is receiving treatment for wounds believed to be self-inflicted. Well, President Biden tries a last round of diplomacy for the Middle East before leaving the Oval Office. Trey Yingst has more from Tel Aviv.
She's been a friend for a long time, a personal friend.
President Biden welcoming Israeli President Isaac Herzog to the Oval Office at a sensitive time in the Middle East conflict. Israel's new foreign and defense ministers floated a possible ceasefire over the weekend, but airstrikes from Israel and rocket fire from Hezbollah has intensified since then. And Defense Minister Israel Katz now says the fighting won't stop until all of Israel's war goals are complete.
We're defending our people, our brave soldiers and pilots, and I know that you're working very hard to make sure that this war will end and that there will be first and foremost security for the people of Israel.
President Biden still backing Israel as the war grinds on. And on Tuesday, the families of the American hostages being held by Hamas will meet with National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan for an update on the ceasefire talks.
You know, my commitment to Israel is ironclad, and we share a deep friendship.
But those efforts could be complicated by a growing rift between Israel and the U.S. over the issue of aid deliveries to Gaza. Today was the deadline set by U.S. officials for the Israeli military to allow more food and medicine to be distributed inside Gaza. The Israelis say they're doing their best and blame the UN distribution network for the delays.
The government of Israel takes extremely seriously the letter sent just shy of a month ago. So we are doing our utmost.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken also met with high-ranking Israeli officials on Tuesday and stressed the need for more humanitarian assistance for civilians in Gaza.
That's a look at World Watch. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 5:46 on this Wednesday morning, and it is a loud morning for some of us out there. Taking a look from our camera downtown Pittsburgh, it's pointed back to the southwest. Now, the bulk of the main thunderstorm activity, it was down by Independence, is now shifting on the west side of Pittsburgh. But again, the building that this is positioned on, if we turn it too far west, all you're going to see is the roof line, so that won't do us any good. But still seeing lightning out there. We're also getting a fair amount of it from our camera at 7th and Rangeline. Now, of course, it's pointed back to the west-northwest along 7th Street there, just back off to the northwest. And again, same thing. We've been still seeing a fair amount of lightning out there. So again, a loud start for some of you. In fact, with some of this lightning, so I want to point out that in this activity, there's a lot of it here in this activity. That's 37 strikes. That's from Garnett all the way down to just east of Independence and around the Parsons area. That's 37 strikes in this entire zone. Now, something I do want to point out as well, just in Elk and Chautauqua County here, 54 lightning strikes within the last few minutes. So there's a lot of lightning. Remember, even if the storms aren't severe, lightning's still dangerous. You don't want to mess around with it. You got to play it safe. Let's take a radar tour. So back in the northeast Oklahoma, at this point we are dry, but you see just off to the west of Washington County, we have, don't do that. There we go. Off to the west of Washington County, we do have additional showers and thunderstorms building out there. So just to the east of Pawhuska and Winona, stretching back to the north into our viewing area around Sedan. And we have another another little thunderstorm just to the east of Schindler there. And so that's the thing. See that kind of pinkish color here? National Weather Service in at least Wichita is saying that maybe some pea-sized hail, but nothing severe out of any of this activity. Now in the Elk and Chautauqua counties, we have new thunderstorms rolling in. Sedan, you are probably hearing that thunder, you're seeing that lightning. Same into Howard out there. Just getting ready with the heavier rain exiting Cedarvale. Then off to your east, just east of Fredonia now, along 75, 169, and 59, around Chanute, Erie, and again east of Fredonia, around Parsons. We have additional showers and storms out there. And then we'll head a little further north where you got this other cluster. So Yates Center, you're just getting ready to get out of this batch. Iola, you are in the middle of it. Burlington, you're exiting. Garnett, you've got plenty on the way. And then the next hour or so, Mound City, Fort Scott, Girard, eventually Pittsburgh, as all of this activity continues to push off to the northeast. Now this cluster was separate. It's kind of joining up with this one, but we had batch number 1, number 2, and number 3, but 3 is kind of merging in with number 2 there. And as we take a look, we have additional storms that have begun to develop down to the south of Tulsa. So all of this activity, if it keeps its course right along the turnpike, will eventually make it into Joplin, Lamar, Nevada. We'll all get in on some kind of thunderstorm activity. But again, a quick emphasis, nothing severe expected. And as we've shown you on the future track, as we hit about noon, 1 o'clock, it's out of here. And overnight, clouds will eventually clear. We'll have clear skies and seasonably cold temperatures tonight as well. Speaking of temperatures, a quick look at them. 52. In Joplin right now, and across the region we have some cool spots, but our average lows are in the upper 30s. We're all above that. Mid 40s, Monette, Cassville, low to mid 50s for the rest of the region. Scattered showers and storms again throughout the morning. 54 to start, not a lot of movement on these temperatures. 58 by 11 o'clock. Highs today, upper 50s, maybe some low 60s as well. Not bad Thursday, a little warmer Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. More rain chances and thunderstorm chances in the next week, and then we have that Arctic air mass with some rain chances and well below normal temperatures starting by next Tuesday night. Let's check your forecast. We'll be back with more right after this.
A woman in Tucson, Arizona has been driving the same car for 50 years. The vehicle is hard to miss. It's a colorful 1966 Volkswagen Bug. As Claire Graham reports, the woman and her car have become quite beloved in the community.
Sherry Murphy is hard to miss.
It never occurred to me to get another car.
Her 1966 Volkswagen Bug, Blue Whale, is too. His name made a little more sense when she first got him.
He was the blue, but he was also white, and he was also gray, and he was also rust.
That was in '74 when she found a guy selling the Bug.
And I said, if you go to the bank with me right now, I'll give you $575 in cash.
From then on, it's been Sherry and Blue Whale every single day.
50 years. Yeah, he hasn't been sitting anywhere. No, he's been on the road the whole time.
Together, they've been through a couple crashes, which led to an orange era, and then later the metallic magenta. All the while, spreading the happiness and kindness you can't deny they bring.
I realized that if I can make just one person smile or laugh who wasn't going to today, I've done my job.
That often includes her mechanic at Vintage Volksworks, Matt Rios, who built the car's matching headgear for Sherry's 50th anniversary. Sharing the milestone online only doubled down on the love Sherry and her Bug share.
I was messaged by so many people that were like, oh, I know her, I remember her from this, and I see her at my grocery store all the time. And it's just like all these people came out of the woodwork, and it shows how much you've been woven into Tucson's fabric.
Fitted with the engine of a VW bus, Sherry says she and Blue Whale are ready for wherever the road takes them.
The only way I'll get rid of this Bug is if somebody squashes it. And hopefully that never happens.
Well, Sherry wears her own colorful headgear often, and now her car has multicolor antennas on top to match, giving her Bug a truly insect-inspired look. Stick around. We'll be right back. Well, Christmas has come early for the T-Rex at London's Natural History Museum. This dinosaur might be prehistoric, but it's debuting the latest festive jumper and hat. It marks the start of Yuletide celebrations for the museum, and visitors can visit the celebrity T-Rex at the Dinosaurs Gallery for free throughout the Christmas season. The pony figurines created in the 1980s have been a hit with young children, even outselling Barbie several times. The mini horses were recognized for encouraging fantasy and storytelling. After many years of missing the cut, My Little Pony was finally enshrined Tuesday, and they're not the only toy that will hold a new place in the Toy Hall of Fame. Transformers action figures in the Phase 10 game have also been inducted. Fans can nominate their favorite toys each year, which the museum staff picks 12 finalists from, and from there they choose a few winners to be inducted into the hall.
And of course, they've got the TV show and a bunch of other things that still go on with that. I can't remember if my sister had any My Little Ponies, but yeah, very popular toys. A lot of cool toys when we were kids. Cooler toys now. It's not fair. All right, here's what we've got for today. Scattered showers and thunderstorms through the morning. We're going to be 54 to start, 58 by 11. Not a lot of movement in these temperatures. Showers and storms will start wrapping up by noon. 2 at the latest here. We're going to go upper 50s, low 60s, and it's going to be windy. Southeast winds are going to be gusting upwards of 20 this morning, shifting out of the west by this afternoon, gusting 25 to 30. And that'll continue into the overnight with the gusty winds. Mostly cloudy by 6, clouds gradually clearing across the area, and eventually we'll have clear skies overnight, and that is not the right low. I apologize. We'll actually be down to about 39 tonight for our overnight low. So we'll have that, and it will be seasonably cool tomorrow, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we start warming back up. More showers and storms Sunday and Monday and into next week with an Arctic air mass bringing us below normal temperatures. We'll be back with more right after this.